Hey everyone! Welcome to RVing with Scissors, your crafty corner of the RVing world. In a past video, I showed you how I decorated the cover to my 2024 camping logbook, and today I'm going to talk about the intro pages, including some pre-made pages that I made from a Vicki Boutin album class, as well as a calendar page that will introduce our entire summer of camping adventures. So come on! First couple pages of my camping logbook, I'd like to introduce the year of the summer of travel, as well as have a sprinkling of a couple of photos from the whole course of the travel season. It's nice to have some pre-made pages to make parts of my album really quick to put together. So in this case, I am just adding the final touches of decorating to these pages that were designed by Vicki Boutin for her Where to Next album class, and I created these pages during the class. I'll link that class to the description below. Her album classes are amazing and I highly recommend taking them, and you end up with a lot of pre-made pages that you can just fill in whenever you want a quick and easy way to decorate a page and have a spot to put photos. I've pulled in 2 of these pre-made pages front and back to create these intro pages to my album. Vicki Boutin did all the hard work of designing the pages, creating the collections, and telling us how to lay everything out and which embellishments to use. I changed things up a little bit to make it match my camping album rather than a general travel album, but the design is completely Vicki's, and I totally recommend that you take one of her classes. She is amazing and so much fun. So you see I added both that first pre-made page and the second pre-made page, added photos and the decorations recommended by Vicki, and now I have this spot that I want to put my calendar page. Okay, so I'm going to use Canva to create my calendar overview, and I'm just searching through Canva's templates, and Canva's templates have free and paid versions. So I've searched for calendar and then I've turned on the filters so that I'm just looking at the free calendars. Because I don't have a pro version of Canva, I just use the free version. So I'm looking to see what's available for free. And I like the look of this purple pastel calendar. It's got some different colors, which matches the colorful nature of my camping journal. And it's got some flowers in it, which invokes the outdoors. So I'm going to choose that calendar template and I'm going to choose to customize it. I'm not going to work with it in this document because these pages are not the size that match my camping journal. So I'm going to create a new document in my camera app of a custom size, and I'm going to create it 6 inches by 8 inches that matches the size of my camping journal. And then I'm just going to copy and paste over the design elements for the months that I want. So for my summer overview, I want the months of June, July, and August. So I'm just going to click and drag to select the elements. It's not going to select the background color, and that's okay. I don't really need it. And I will do Control-C to copy, and then move over to my blank design and Control-V to paste. And that will paste in the document, and it kind of fills the space here. I know I need to fit 3 calendars in here, June, July, and August, so I'm going to need to reduce the size. And to fit it all on one 8-inch by page, I'm just going to watch my height measurement, and I'm going to click and drag the corner until it's down to 2.5. And that will leave enough room for June and July and August on this calendar page. So I'll swap back to my calendar template, and now I'm going to just click and drag to get all of the July elements. Control-C to copy, Command-C if you are on a Mac, and then I will paste into my document, and again I will reduce the size till it's 2.5 inches tall, And then I'm going to move it down and I'm looking to see that the kind of edge of the calendar lines up. And you can see they give you some guides to help you know when it's in the right spot. So now I can see I've got my 2 calendars, June and July, and now I'm going to go grab August. So I'll scroll down, here's August. I'll just click and drag to grab all of the August elements. Control C to copy. Back on my design, Control V to paste, and again shrink it down to 2.5 inches high and position it so that it lines up. And again, I'm looking at that right edge to see when it lines up with the calendar above it. Now I'm going to kind of look at the space in between. That looks pretty good. So this is all set. I can name this if I want, Summer Calendar. And then I can share it out and download it as a PDF print. And then I will open that in my PDF viewer and print it to my printer. Now that I've printed out my calendar, I'm going to trim it out with my trimmer, and then I'm going to add my calendar dates into the calendar of all of the trips we had taken and still have planned for the rest of the summer. Alright, so now that I've finished up all of my dates, I'm going to pull out this divider page that comes with the Snap album, and I'm going to be covering it with some pattern paper to give a place for my calendar page to land. So I found this pretty piece of floral pattern paper, kind of matches the color scheme in my album, and I'm going to add my calendar page there. Now I'm getting the idea that my calendar page is kind of blending in too much with the background of the paper, so I'm going to use this blue cardstock. It's the same cardstock I used on one of the intro pages in order to kind of add a border on either side. So now I'm just kind of lining things up, figuring out where things are going to need to go, and then marking off where I'm going to trim out that page so it ends kind of partway through that piece of chipboard. That's the divider page, because I'm going to add some things on the side as well, add some embellishments there. So there you go, I've got that all trimmed out, and I can adhere that down to the page using my tape runner. Oh no, doesn't that always happen, that your tape runner runs out just when you need it the most? Luckily I have a spare. Grab my dot runner instead. That will be just fine. Have to go refill my ATG later. I always seem to have to look up a YouTube video to remember how to refill it, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to add this blue paper, and oh, I accidentally put adhesive on the textured side and I want the flat side down. So luckily the dot adhesive just rubs right off, and I will put the dot adhesive down on the non-textured side and then lay down that blue border that's going to go on either side of that calendar page. Alright, so now it's time to stick the calendar page down on top of that border, again using my dot runner. And again, this is the Koala matte photo paper that I use. It's really good about keeping the colors accurate to what I create in Canva. I'll link that paper down below again, but really any matte photo paper will do. You're not going to want to print this on plain printer paper because the colors will not come out as vibrant. So I always recommend using photo paper, and I use a matte photo paper that's definitely not only has the coating for your inkjet printer, but it is a little bit thicker than plain printer paper, so it will stand up to the adhesive, it won't be as see-through, and it will just be really nice to write on, in this case when I'm writing on my calendar page. Now I'm working on some embellishments for the side. I have a whole bunch of stuff kind of sitting next to my desk. I've got some Simple Stories kits, I've got Vicki Boutin's Where To Next kits, and I have some branding strips that are left over from that Vicki Boutin album class, and this was one of them. This one I think came off the paper pad that came with the Where To Next collection, and that's why it has that hole in the middle of it, and I'm just going to cover up that punched out hole with this phrase that came from one of my Simple Stories camping kits, Let's Get Away. And then I'm just finding some different embellishments. I found that little tab that goes on the side that says so much to do, which is a great one for my calendar page. And then I'm just going through my embellishments and picking out. I've got some sunglasses there, some cute little hearts. And I'm going to start sticking stuff down and decorating this page, kind of adding the jewelry to this fun page. And again, I try and keep my embellishments in the camping journal fairly flat, since the things that are going to bulk up my journal are going to be my memorabilia that I collect. And I do usually keep those in some of the plastic page protector pockets. So I'll want to make sure that my embellishments on my pages are fairly flat, because I want to leave room for the memorabilia that I collect along the way. Found this cute little camera. I'm just going to tuck that one in down there underneath that little cluster. And there we have it. We have our calendar page. And now I'm going to grab the album and I can slip that in there right above that pocket full of memorabilia. And this completes the intro pages, and I love how those pages are kind of different sizes and they layer one underneath each other so you can see them. The flaps are easy to grab and flip up so you can turn from page to page. And that is it. Thank you everyone for joining me for my calendar page. I think it came out really cute, and it's a great overview of all of the trips that are found in my 2024 camping journal. So thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!